Hi. Hello. Howdy. Welcome to hell. I mean, Paradise Killer. So last time we talked to Kiko, we talked to Henry, talked to Crimson. Henry. Poor sweet Henry, my boy. He doesn't remember anything. Could be him. Could not be him. I don't think it's him. I don't think it's him. A lot of the evidence, I feel like, is only good evidence if you ignore every other person in play. Like, yeah, Henry could have done it if you ignore all of the stuff that Akiko said that just doesn't quite make sense. You know? It's just like. It just looks like he was framed. It just looks like he was framed. And I know Akiko gave some stuff to us. All of this is stuff we already know. This is back from Crimson. Unsorted evidence. Book supplier. Someone had given Henry a book on demonology. Who would have done that? So we need to find out who got Henry into demonology. Crime to end all crimes. Henry suspect list. It doesn't look too hot. Truly does not look too hot, but you know what? It's only 3 things, all things considered, and one is just he committed a murder before, so therefore he'd commit one again, and that is nonsense to me. That doesn't count as evidence. That doesn't count. Henry's escape. Yeah, this is basically just points against Akiko, which is that it doesn't look. The cell, bars weren't ripped apart by strength, they were exploded. And then the inhibitors, if he was on them, like Akiko claims he was, he shouldn't have been able to do what he did. So something's not adding up. And then Henry, we know all this. His memory's patchy. He's like, yeah, maybe I did do it, I don't know. You tell me. Uh, and then here we have unknown suspect, agitation. Henry says that he was agitated before the escape. He could feel the demon inside him writhing. It partially woke him from his sedation. What caused this? And then Henry's demonic possession. We have record, Henry's previous rituals. Subject, Henry Division. Division was arrested during a redacted ritual to communicate with the god redacted. Ritual was not completed, minimum jail time to be served. Edit. Division has since been arrested and incarcerated for a completed ritual that brought demonic corruption to paradise. A full review of the failings has been initiated. And then Henry's school report, subject, Henry Division. Subject has been placed on watch list under advisement of Syndicate School Principal LC. Suspected inclination towards celestial communication. Subject has shown repeated interest in aspects of demonology. So, nothing groundbreaking. I really thought Akiko was going to hand us something a bit more substantial, but it's fine. It's fine. Case files. Let's talk your alibi. We know all about what Henry did. It's been talked to death at this point. We know about Henry, we know his history, we know what he did last night, or what allegedly he did last night. What about you, Akiko? What did you do? What's your history? What's going on with you? Tell me about your movements last night. I need your alibi. Have you read my report? Were you listening to what I told you?
I need to investigate this.
It doesn't include what you did between Henry escaping and being found. I called witness when it happened. Is that standard procedure?
Why?
Why? He oversees the end of an island. He needed to know. Then I ordered my marshals to secure other syndicate members. What about the council?
Soldiers of honor.
My best marshals were guarding them. They reported in all clear. But then they were killed.
Do you want to die?
Is this a joke to you? Nenorochito? That's how you say it, right? I think that's how you say it. Do you want to die by my hand? Oh, you're threatening me now. Threatening me now. I don't like that you're threatening me. What did you do next? I went back to the barracks to organize a search for Henry. I found where he had torn the prison bridge bars apart to escape. The Labagio could have been anywhere. The Holy Seal Marshal stopped responding. That's when we found Henry outside the council building.
What time?
What time was this? 3 minutes past midnight. That's precise. Being precise is my job.
Sure.
Can anyone corroborate this? The word of the Grand Marshal isn't good enough for you?
The truth remains obscured.
An investigator can't go off your word. Witness will confirm the phone call. My marshals will confirm the rest.
Thank you.
Thank you for your cooperation. Man. So basically her alibi is, I did things because I said so. I don't trust you.
Crime cannot hide.
Can I see your phone records? My records are classified. You're refusing to give evidence?
Classified.
Classified.
Got it.
Classified Nenorochito. I get it. I don't trust that. Yeah, your phone records may be classified, but like your entire government was just murdered. If this doesn't call for declassifying the records for the investigator, I don't know what will. They were like I don't trust you. You're hiding something. Something. Even if you didn't do it, I think you slipped up somewhere. And this is partially your fault. You slipped up, you did something wrong, this is partially your fault, and you don't want to admit it. I'm gonna doubt Henry.
This feels wrong.
Do you really believe Henry did this? Every bit of security breached by a citizen. This Labagio isn't a normal citizen. He's possessed by a demon. Of course I believe he did it. He broke free when I was there and we found him outside of the council building.
What the hell?
You don't have any doubts. Are you stupid, Nenorochito? What about your motives? Can you think of anyone that has motive for the crime other than Henry? The Labagio in the cell did it. Don't waste my time.
Got it.
You can't think of anyone else with a motive for killing the council and threatening the entire structure of the syndicate? What do you think? Is that enough? Okay, goodbye then. You are not very cooperative. Uh, let's try a less touchy subject. Let's ask about KHX. Do you know where KHX is? No. He's been missing for several days.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
Have you searched for him? What do you think? My marshals conducted a brief search, but we are stretched thin at the end of an island. There are several thousand citizens that need rounding up and taking to the slaughter ritual. Do you have any suspicions about what happened to him? No. If he wants to disappear, then let him.
Ah,
Even though a mass murder happened last night. He didn't do it. Henry did. Of course. You're not helpful in the slightest. Here I was thinking, wow, the Grand Marshal, you will be so helpful. May as well be talking to a brick wall. Have you got a motive, Akiko?
I'll kill you.
I don't have a motive. I'm a soldier. Soldiers have honor and live to serve. I'll assume that's a no then. Yeah, sorry that I'm just not reading the parts that she says in Romanian, but I don't know Romanian. Don't know how to pronounce Romanian, as can be seen by every time I stutter over Nino Rochito. I just... I don't want to sound silly, and I don't know what she's saying anyway, so it's like, why bother reading it? You know? I have no clue what she's saying. And I'm not gonna sit here with Google Translate every time she says a new phrase. Henry's alibi. Oh yeah, he talked about, something about New Night. There's nothing in your report about Henry seeing New Night during his escape.
I'll put your head on a spike.
The babbling of a Labagile possessed by a demon. There's only one statue of New Night on the island, correct? Why does it matter?
the facts and the truth are not the same.
Where is it?
New stuff.
Why do you care?
Got it.
Just answer the question. The statue is in the barracks. The goddess only gives her attention to soldiers.
Sure.
So, how could Henry have seen it last night? He couldn't have. The barracks are secure. He's spouting gibberish to confuse you.
When love dies, all that remains are the facts.
I'm just going to ask, Akiko. Did you take him through the barracks last night?
Do you want to die?
Are you out of your mind? You think I helped him escape? Nonsense. Goodbye. Not goodbye. I'm gonna keep talking to you. The logs. If Henry went through the HQ to get to the council building, why didn't he show up on the HQ logs? The nightmare computer at the entrance to the HQ didn't log Henry entering the HQ.
Rahat.
What is this, Rahat? I'm gonna accuse you. I'm gonna come right out. That's a contradiction.
What's wrong?
The logs contradict your report.
Shasta Chinsamno.
What do you want me to say? I don't know how those things work. Maybe there was a malfunction. Maybe he found a way to slip past.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Does that seem likely?
You need to back off.
Stop asking me to do your job. You did something wrong, Akiko. You did something you shouldn't have. Either you are the murderer, or you did something you shouldn't have. It's one of the two. Henry's escape. Oh, that's a lot. Let's just go down the list. How did Henry manage to escape? I thought I gave you my report. I must have been dreaming or hallucinating. Okay, I get it. Okay, well, We know that apparently he just shoved her, took her knife, and that was the end of it. Apparently. She. Is that incompetent? Like, I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that for a second. How did the bars of the bridge get broken? Henry broke through them. How? How did a citizen break through the bars?
Nenorocito.
The strength of a demon. Use your head. Starlight's analysis of the residue on the bars says that it was explosives. Starlight is wrong. Your little machine is trying to analyze something demonic and doing the best it can. That's not how it works. It's not how the technology works, I'm pretty sure. Henry's inhibitors. How did Henry escape if he was sedated? The Lebesgue played us. The inhibitors needed to be stronger. The report says they were the correct dosage. What if the demon tricked us, though? If the demon could slow Henry's body down, the dosage of inhibitors needed would be lower. The demon maintains his act, and then, when the time comes, he drops the pretense and makes his move. Is that likely? As likely as anything. Not that it matters. It is what happened. If you insist. Why were you on your own when Henry escaped? It was just one pull-up prisoner that was supposed to be sedated. I want to call her arrogant, but also we'll just question. Why not take a squad of marshals? Just to be sure. I'll admit hubris. My marshals do not come to the next island with us. They engaged in their final prayers. I wanted them to have one last moment of happiness before being wiped out. You also killed the marshals? Why? What kind of cult nonsense? Wow. That's a lot of murder. Akiko broke procedure. Soldiers aren't supposed to know happiness when duty has to be done. That's why you're lying through your teeth. That's why. You broke procedure. You broke it big time. You did more than you're saying. I think she did more than she's admitting in terms of breaking procedure. I think she really hecked up, and that's why she's just lying, and she's just like, Henry, because she doesn't want to admit that she's responsible. That at the very least her ignorance led to this happening. That's what I'm banking on right now. I don't want to say for a fact that she did it, but she definitely contributed to it, I think. She definitely contributed to it happening. Let's talk Crimson. Did you see Crimson last night?
Nenorocito.
I don't know if you realize this, but I had my hands full last night. I don't know where Crimson was. Go ask her. To be expected. Henry's possession. What do you know about Henry's demonic possession 10 years ago? What do you want? I told you about his possession. Why wasn't he executed when he was arrested? He posed a threat to the island. Are you stupid? The demon wouldn't die with him. The demon would escape into the island.
Got it.
So, why execute him at the end of the island? Why not let him blink out of existence with the old island? That's the way it is. Criminals get theirs. He's a victim. He didn't want the demon to possess him. What do you know? You sure he didn't invite the demon in? You got deceived by a god. Don't forget that. Touche, I suppose. I do not want to hang out with you. Goodbye. May your night be bright. Wow, you actually did it this time. You were actually nice to me for once. Oh boy. Um, should I go back to the... Should I go back to the barracks now? Would I be allowed to look at them? Oh, Akiko's evidence against her is rising. She broke procedure, baby. Alright, man. I have no idea. I think I said I was gonna talk to the doctor next. But I don't know. Maybe we go to the barracks. Who's closest to me? Not many people. Um... Oh right, and there's also the door here that I didn't open last episode. I just went straight onto the bridge, so I guess we'll do that first. And then we'll see. Probably talk to the doctor. Probably give the gemstone to the spirit, also on the way back. Let's look at this. This door leads to the barracks. It's a secure tunnel to the desolation cell where Henry is incarcerated. It is coded only to Akiko's blood vial. Oh, do I have to ask her for that? Alright, so I guess if Henry went there, it would have to have been with Akiko. Um... Where the heck is this doctor guy? Oh, he's so far away. Um... Yeah, let's just go talk to him. Hi, I have your stuff. Have you found my stone? Yeah, I think I have. Really? Can I see? Oh yes, that's it. I can't describe how this is making me feel. It's like we're together again. Please, you keep it. I can feel myself fading out of this world and I can't take the stone with me. When you hold it, I hope you can find the happiness that it gave me. Yo! Couldn't help spying on you. What do you want? You like that stone the spirit gave you? I mean, it's pretty.
Glad to be back.
Has wonderful depth to it. Oh, hoping it was going to be a no. Why? Want to sell it? Why do you want it? Gems that are tied to the suffering of others are one of my collections. One of? Oh yeah. I also collect antiques from a planet populated by slug scholars. Also got a cabinet of calcified entrails prayer wreaths from the mad monks in the Venus labyrinths. So, want to sell? 2 blood crystals, one-time offer. Ah, one-time offer. Frick. Um, I'm guessing yeah. Why else would I have bothered? Why else would I bother getting it, I guess? Yeah, sure, deal. Hand over the crystals. Pleasure doing business with you. We're up to 6. We're gonna be rich. Carmelina is closer than the doctor, so maybe we talk to her first. Man. Island Sequence 1 Memento obtained. First island sequence. Our blessed island plan was formed. Ezekiel forms the council to lead us into new island sequences. Oh, it's another one of those prayer things. Moonlight Petal, a goddess that's an expert in terraforming, built a labyrinth in a dead star. During the Great Betrayal, she was killed in her endless city in Siberia. Her corpse is buried deep within the Russian catacombs and guarded by custodians. Huh. I don't want to let my blood. Yeah, okay, we'll go talk to Carmelina. What's that? How do I crouch? Oh, I don't need to crouch. Key item. Red crest. A red crest found in the Syndicate HQ. It looks like it will fit into something. Interesting. It looks like I need to collect more crests to complete this. Oh! That's a lot of crests. Got it. Elevator. Where would that take me? Have I looked at this? The birthplace of the gods, a hellish maelstrom of frighteningly antique space. Looks pretty. Music tower. Tape in here. Leaving. You whispered goodbye to me as you left for the moon. You sent me music you wrote while staring at the earth. This is it. Nice. Man, I might have to go back to Crimson after I finish talking with Carmelina. Leader Montserrat, may the silent goat always walk with you. The last time I saw Montserrat was when I was exiled 3 million days ago. What? Okay. We're gonna go right into it. The crime you committed is severe. Your actions could have ended the Syndicate. You let yourself be deceived by damned harmony. God used you to enact a plot against us, threatening our holy mission and endangering the rest of the holy cosmic pantheon. Man, I gotta say it right now. Montserrat has the drip. Like, that is a nice outfit. That is a nice looking cane. Like, you got a good sense of fashion, sir. I cannot believe you, of all people, let this happen. It breaks my heart. You served us so well and for so long. Do you have anything to say? I'm a victim. Those deceived by gods are victims, not criminals. Victims. I did not willingly embrace damned harmony. Gods deceive you by manipulating your psyche. They can only do that if they find a weakness. You should have no weakness. You are the head of the Paradise Psycho Unit. You were supposed to protect us against these dangers. You failed us. Your sentence is exile. You will be sent to the Idle Lands for the rest of your eternal life. The Paradise Psycho Unit will be disbanded. Goodbye, Lady Loved Eyes. We will never meet again. Well, he wasn't wrong about never meeting again. He wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong.
Halt! What do you want, freak?
Let me in. To see Carmelina. Is she expecting you?
Don't test me.
I'd hope so. She should know the investigator is on the island. Grand Marshal Akiko 14 already has the suspect in custody. The crime is
I
solved.
don't like this.
Let's not do this. Just take me to see Carmelina.
Whatever, freak. She waits in the throne room.
Got it. You're just gonna let me in. I am pleasantly surprised. Oh, you have a puppy? You have a little puppy? Well, god damn it, I don't know. You can't possibly be the murderer if you have a puppy. I mean, it's just simple logic.
The investigator is here.
Architect Carmelina. Carmelina Silence, architect of the island sequences. Born to Romeo and Natasha Silence on the 4th island sequence under the sign of Blood Dancer. Her parents were skilled island architects and taught her how to weave psychic will into structure. Carmelina has since become a genius architect and will soon achieve the perfect island. Romeo Silence was seduced by the god Cosmic Deceit and committed treason against the Syndicate. As part of his punishment, no member of the Silence family would ever be allowed on the council. Her mother was killed fighting to protect the council during the demonic invasion on the 9th island sequence.
The investigation freak.
He was seduced by a god. But also, as part of his punishment, no member of the Silence family would ever be allowed on the council. Aren't you? Well, I guess you're not on the council. You're just part of the higher-ups, I guess. Do I want to give you the French accent? Do I want to even go there? I don't know if I want to go there. I could always edit it out if it's bad. Exile wasn't permanent for the investigation freak. Or her little computer.
The investigator is here.
If the Syndicate needs me, I answer.
This is nonsense.
This is the worst crime in our history. Leader Montserrat and the entire council have been taken from us. Losing Montserrat to an act of savagery is a loss all of us in the Syndicate will struggle to overcome. But I mean, you got a sick promotion. It worked out okay for you. You got the throne.
Believe what you want.
A temporary measure ordered by your new master. A new council will be assembled on the next island. Why did Judge choose you to assume the role of leader?
We have achieved perfection.
Temporary leader. Don't forget that.
Craft is its own reward.
The law still stands. I am a servant, not a leader. The sins of my father still bind me.
I don't like this.
That's what I don't get. Your father's punishment still stands. You shouldn't be on the throne.
We have achieved perfection.
You're out of the loop. The next island will be perfect, and I'm the architect. I will see us to the new island, and then step aside. Any guarantee of that?
I am the leader.
Law is law. The leader cannot overturn it without unanimous council backing. The marshals work for the council, not the leader. They will ensure the law is carried out.
Craft is its own reward.
I am an artist, a craftswoman. I have no desire to manage and administrate. These concrete halls are vessels for bureaucracy, not art.
I am the leader.
I hope you can close this incident quickly. This island wants to die. Perfect 25 is coming. The murderer is in custody. Alleged murderer.
When
Do not ignore the evidence to find the truth that isn't there. I'm here to hunt the truths that haunt this island, no matter which truth you may cling to.
believe what you want. Can I help you with anything?
Case files. We have so much to ask you. Let's start with your alibi.
Where?
Where were you last night?
We have achieved perfection.
Visiting witness. His role is to oversee the end of an island. The last moments are best enjoyed with an old friend. Do you often visit witness? Not in recent times. Our paths diverged. Tell me more.
Strange.
Then why last night? For so long he has been integral to my art. Every island has failed, and he has borne witness to the end of each one. This may be the last time an island ends. If Island 25 is perfect, there will be no more endings to watch.
Craft is its own reward.
I wanted to say goodbye to old art.
Got it.
What time did you arrive? About 9 p.m. The logs on his apartment should be able to confirm that.
Sure.
I'll make sure I check them.
Investigate.
I'll save you a question as well. I left when Judge summoned us for a crisis meeting, sometime after midnight. Thank you for being so forthcoming about the evidence. That's so refreshing after talking to Akiko. Do you know anything about KHX? What do you know about KHX's disappearance? It's a mystery. I do hope nothing bad has happened to him. We always enjoy talking. When did you last see him? A couple of weeks ago. My schedule became hectic as we closed down the island. Suspicions.
Crime cannot hide.
Can you think of anyone that would want to strike against the council?
This is nonsense.
Asking such a thing is dreadful, investigator. The prime suspect is behind bars and needs to be executed.
This is nonsense.
All of us are loyal members to the syndicate. I can't think of anyone that would commit a crime like this. So, you saying you don't have a
Bad feeling
motive?
about this.
Would you have any reason to commit murder?
How dare you?
Absolutely not. How dare you, investigator?
Don't test me.
Is there anyone that could think of a reason for you?
I beg your pardon?
I'm beginning to think Judge made a mistake bringing you back. Sorry, I mean, I just have to be thorough, ma'am. I just have to be thorough. Anybody could be a murderer. You know, I'm not saying it to you. I'm just saying, if there's even a 1% chance it is you, I need to investigate it. Architect, what do you know about the crime last night? Only what we were told by the Grand Marshal in the crisis meeting.
How dare you?
And we broke free and murdered the council.
That's strange.
Why would a citizen have enough motive and the ability to kill the council, breaching all of the holy seals?
What?
That's not for me to question. I'm surprised there's any question at all.
The investigator is here.
So you believe he did it?
Do your job.
Of course. And so should you. You're a disgrace. Finish this quickly, and maybe the next council will look favorably on you. Okay, we're getting a little mean here. I see. Let's talk about Akiko. Did you see the Grand Marshal last night?
We have achieved perfection.
While I was with witness, he got a call from Akiko. You should ask him about it. So you're corroborating that. Okay, that looks good for Akiko. That definitely looks good. Crimson. Did you see Crimson last night?
Is its own reward.
I didn't see Miss Acid last night. She was probably in her little den. Go and speak to her. Henry. Is there anything else you can tell me about Henry's movements last night?
This is nonsense.
Surely you've spoken to the Grand Marshal about what he did? I'm just being thorough. His escape. You should speak to the Grand Marshal investigator. She was there and has a report waiting for you. I wish if these people had like nothing to say about the matter, it just wasn't an option. You know? Like if all she's gonna tell me is go talk to Akiko, but I've already talked to Akiko, it just shouldn't be an option to ask. What do you know about Henry's demonic possession? I'm not sure what Elba can be. Henry was possessed and allowed demons onto our precious island. My hard work was destroyed. The dead zone is a reminder of his crime. So that could be a reason why you would want to pin it on Henry. I don't really want to hang out with you. May the silent goat walk with you, and may you reach the moon. Okay. I guess we'll talk to the doctor next. I'm just gonna look around really fast at... Hi, Shinji. What do you want? What's up with the birds on this island?
Paradise feels wrong.
The island is waiting to die. Our reality is broken. And that makes the birds fly backwards? That's messed up. Can't say I'm a fan.
That's weird.
A fan of what? This whole pocket of reality you've got going on.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Thanks for your input. Always a pleasure. You say that like you yourself aren't a frickin' weirdo. Oh, how do I... It's Crest! Oh god, how do I get up there? How would I get up to that? No. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, this is the mortar place? This is where they were mortared? Okay. Oh. Okay, here's the library. Chronicle of Silent Goat. A tomb detailing the first god to speak to us, Silent Goat, known as the Holy Catalyst or the First. During the Great Betrayal, he was captured outside Mahoda Ending in India and tortured in the Crystal Caves. He gifted the Syndicate his dying power, allowing us to start the island sequences. The Verses of Crying Grudge. A handwritten book about Crying Grudge. The god was captured by the Persian army during the Great Betrayal. The near-dead god was paraded around the country and displayed above the palace in Susatra Zero. The tears of the god fertilized the ground, and the city became a sea of lilies. The Syndicate rescued Crying Grudge and burned the city to the ground. The weakened god slumbers in a holy pyramid on each island, slowly regaining his strength. Does that mean it would be possible to, like, meet him? Library Vault Records. This terminal shows the records of who accessed the library vault. The vault includes rare or forbidden books, mostly from before the Great Betrayal in our prehistory or from dreadful cultures on terrifying planets. The most dangerous books in here are grimoires on demonology. The Harrowing Tomb, dressed in red, is a particularly dangerous and forbidden text. According to the records, a number of people accessed the vault over the course of the island. But the name that stands out is Yuri Knight. What was he doing in the vault? He accessed it several times, but mostly about 10 years ago. You gave Henry his The goddamn demonology book, didn't you? Didn't you? The Syndicate Library, all of history recorded, especially the part struck from the history of the real world. Henry's possession a decade ago is worth looking into. It's not unusual for a citizen to try communing with the gods, but if someone wanted a scapegoat, there are books in here that would help. The restricted vault contains ancient text, forbidden grimoires, and harrowing cosmic secrets. Some of those forbidden grimoires deal in demonology, performing rituals and summonings. All the good stuff for a curious mind looking to break the law. The library records show that Yuri accessed the restricted vault multiple times over the years. None of the dates Yuri accessed the restricted vault stand out, except for a cluster of visits a decade ago. Henry caused the demonic invasion a decade ago by performing an illegal ritual. Did he get that ritual from one of these tombs? Tomes. Tomis. Henry said that a stranger gave him books on demonology. Is that a coincidence, or was Yuri up to no good? Wouldn't Henry recognize him, though, as being like a syndicate guy? I have to find a way up there. Because that seems like it could be the oh boy, that crest is in a funky little place. Hi, what's in here? Thanks for the blood crystal. Lord almighty. I don't know if I can just walk into the water. I'm scared. I probably could just walk in, but... Oh, hey, it's the doctor guy. His yacht? Well, before we get on the party boat, I'm gonna save. He just has a whole ass yacht? I mean, he is a doctor. Doctors are rich. I'm not surprised. Let's go chat with this guy on his yacht. You do not look like a doctor. A stethoscope around the neck does not a doctor make.
Lady Love dies.
I'm not doing a Scottish accent. I couldn't even do a British one without wanting to die. As gorgeous as you were 3 million days ago. Dr. Doomjazz, the Syndicate's head doctor. Born in the Cannon Fortress, Scotland in AD 988, under the sign of cosmic deceit. Right, you're the one. You're the one that I said your astrology makes me not want to trust you. Right. Cosmic deceit really does not sound like a good sign to be born under. Growing up during a military campaign, Doomjazz longed to become a doctor to tend to the wounded. He snuck into the haunted Ziggurat Medical School and studied in the library after hours. He became their top student and battlefield medic. He was captured during the Great Betrayal, losing his arms in a torture chamber before being rescued by Ice Kiwami. The two fled to join the Syndicate.
It's been wonderful to see you again.
And Starlight, the perfect pair. This guy he's just vibing on his yacht. He's having fun. I'm not gonna tell him to cut the act. I've missed the Doomjazz charm offensive. You know what? You're a happy camper. I like that. It's so much better than Akiko. And Yuri. Both of them are very mean.
I've missed you, Love Dies.
And I've missed the Love Dice sass. How have you been? I don't want to be mean to him. I don't want to be mean to him. I mean, he's just been this nice guy. How have you been? Still the same old doom jazz?
I'm a professional.
It's been swell down here. I assume you got the memo about last night?
Sure.
Something like that.
How?
I presume you're here on business and not for something nicer. Correct. I've got a job to do down here.
That's not nice.
How unfortunate.
Test me.
You're in high spirits considering our leader and council have been murdered.
The island is about to end.
We all deal with grief in different ways. Do not be mistaken. I am well aware that this is a catastrophe. I'm just not one for outwardly displaying misery.
Sure.
What's your take on the syndicate on this island?
How?
Keep myself to myself. I'm not interested in the schemes. It's exhausting. Drama and politics are drugs. It's best not to get hooked. That's a medical opinion.
Got it.
That tells me all I need to know about the state of this place. Anything else I can help you with? Oh, there's so much to ask you about. Let's start with your alibi.
Where?
Where were you at this time of the murder?
What?
I was in my clinic until I was called to examine Henry. He was found outside the council building. Blood everywhere. I checked him over. Akiko has my report for you. Go and see her if you haven't already.
Ha ha!
The syndicate building's log should confirm my alibi. I've already seen them. They confirm your claim. Suspicions. Henry. You think Henry did this, Doc?
Want to play doctors and nurses?
You read my report.
Sure.
Everything in it lined up with the official version of events.
Ha ha!
Well, there you go then.
Ah,
That didn't answer my question.
I'm worried.
It's all I could tell you. I don't speculate on suspicions and hunches. I'm looking for facts. Can you make an exception for me?
What?
You only speak to me when you want something, Love Dice. It hurts. I'm not here to flirt with you. Alright? You're a very happy guy. Very upbeat. I don't want to mess with your vibes, pal, but also, I'm not here to flirt with you. I'm here to do my job. Just doing my job. There's a mass murder that needs solving. Just go on this thought experiment for me for just a second. I'm not going to speculate. You can bring anything you want to me for my fact-based opinion, though.
Lady Love dies.
What do you think about it? I'm doubting Henry did it.
truth are not the same.
It's not a nice. It's a nice story. People like to believe the easiest answer that fits their worldview.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
We kidnap citizens and force them to pray to genocidal gods. Of course, the Syndicate would believe one of the vile working class would do this.
I don't like this.
There's something else at work here.
Ha ha!
Well, at least you have a working theory. And then your general suspicions. Can you think of anyone that has got motive?
Ha ha!
That's a biggie. Such a terrible
This
crime.
is bad.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about it. Everyone is as innocent or as guilty as each other. Okay, what about your motive? What's your motive, Doc?
Investigator.
I haven't got a motive, Love Dice. Everyone has a motive. Everyone has a motive, they just haven't thought hard enough.
I'm worried.
Don't most investigators quote philosophers at this point in the conversation?
Test me.
Quoting is a crutch for the weak. Learn to have your own thoughts.
See.
What if your thoughts aren't as good as a philosopher's? Good doesn't matter. What matters is that they're yours.
Fabulous.
I've missed these chats, Love Dice. Sir, I'm trying to solve a murder and you're not exactly cooperating. You're very happy, you're very upbeat. this is kind of a red flag because he's striking me as a guy that's like, yeah, I'll cooperate with the cops, but then doesn't actually say much of anything. You know, he's just like being nice and being friendly, so that way I'm like, wow, you know, the doctor was really nice to me. You know, that he was cooperating, but he's not. He's not. He's not actually saying anything. There's nothing of value here. Talk to me about KHX. What do you know about him? I heard he was missing. Keeps himself to himself, so I don't see him a lot. You went up to his place on the cliffs. You finally said something useful. Thank you. Finally, something useful. Let's ask about the inhibitors. Tell me about the inhibitors used to sedate Henry. Masahiro Heavy Industries tech. Drugs that sedate the body and inhibit psychic ability. They were designed specifically for victims of demonic possession. Calm the body and mind and stop them from lashing out. Henry's dosage level has been correct for the last decade.
Got it.
Do you know if anything can interfere with Henry's inhibitors?
Hypothetically.
You're not the first person to ask, Left Eyes.
What the hell?
Who?
Investigator.
Witness. Witness is responsible for overseeing the end of an island and ensuring it all goes smoothly. He's obsessed with fail points in the process. He got worried that Henry could be a fail point. Could he get loose at the end? He's executed, and not part of the slaughter ritual with the other citizens. There's a time when he's out of his cage before he's executed. Akiko handles the execution, so he's in safe hands, but Witness got obsessed about the inhibitors that keep Henry sedated.
Sure.
Are they a fail point?
Hypothetically.
Possibly, but you'd have to get past the Grand Marshal. He'd need a massive spike of adrenaline, and the only way I can think of to provide that would be an injection. Could someone have done that? Adrenaline is manufactured by the body. You need a drug to induce it artificially. His blood work came back clean, though. No one gave him that drug. Huh. So yeah. God, Akiko must have let him through. Or she wasn't paying attention or something. Something. Akiko is lying. Some way, somehow, she's lying. Akiko thinks the demon tricked the inhibitors, and that's how Henry escaped. It's certainly a theory. Is it a good one? There's no proof. I can't say anything without proof.
Theoretically.
We've never encountered this phenomenon before, but every race of demons is different. It's worth considering, but you need to try and find proof before relying on a theory. We'll keep that in mind. Kiko's alibi. Did you see the Grand Marshal last night? I saw Kiko after the murder when I examined Henry. Can't help you with anything before that, Love Dice. Have you spoken to Akiko? Yeah. And she said a whole lot of nothing. Did you see the architect last night?
Indeed.
She said at the crisis meeting that she was at Witness's apartment. Witness can probably tell you more. Did you see Crimson last night? She has her little emporium. Go ask her. Is there anything else you can tell me about Henry's movements last night? You have spoken to Akiko, right? She'll tell you what he did. And finally, the possession. What do you know about Henry's demonic possession 10 years ago? Don't know what to tell you, Love Dies. He's clearly possessed, and I wasn't at his arrest 10 years ago. If you think there is something suspicious, try the crime scene. His apartment in the dead zone. Cool. You know what? Since you want to flirt with me so much, I'll hang out with you. I'll hang out with you. Got a sec?
I've got all the time in the world for you.
You know that.
I've missed you, Love Dies.
It's been so long since we spent time together. You still a wine and whiskey woman?
I don't like this.
Not a lot of either in the Idlelands. Want a glass with me? Enjoy the island for a few minutes before getting back to all that murder? I've got a bottle of Freedom Letter open. I'm not gonna drink on the job. No, I'm working. The offer's there if you change your mind. You're carrying the weight of Syndicate on your shoulders. Don't let it get too much.
Lady Love Dies.
How's it feel to be investigating again? It's a lot of responsibility.
Obscured.
Sure is. The future hangs in the balance.
The investigator is here.
How has the doctor been since I last saw him?
Indeed.
Keeping entertained, you know? It's a small island, but there's always a way to have fun.
Sure.
Sure there is.
Ha ha!
Only one way to find out. I'm not gonna actually flirt with you. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Relentless. You don't give up, do you?
Ha ha!
Can you blame me? It was an unforgettable night, Love Dice.
Theoretically,
Maybe you've got some time right now. No. No. Each second I spend here allows the truth to slink further into the shadows. Stop it. Paradise can't wait, huh? Feel free to swing by any time, Love Dice. Keep that in mind. Jesus Christ.
Indeed.
I'm enraptured by you, Love Dice. Besotted. Enthralled. Where is this going? I understand the key to your heart is information. You desire the unknown. You desire to know about
You've
people.
got this wrong.
Maybe there's something I can help you with. Oh? Don't help me then. You said you might be able to help me.
You've got this wrong.
Love Dice, you've charmed me. Despite the tragedy of last night, the island is infinitely more radiant now that you're here. Because it's you and I can't get you out of my head, I'll break some ethics. I've treated a witness for death scream trauma. He started complaining of being able to hear screaming on occasion.
strange.
We had no idea what the cause was, but it kept happening. I eventually narrowed it down to psychic death screams. What is that? What the hell is that? When someone dies, they involuntarily emit a death scream in a burst of psychic energy. Normally you can't hear them, but he'd become attuned to them. How?
How?
That's still a mystery. I don't know if we'll ever know. He attributes it to the gods' anger. He's all doom and gloom about us not doing enough to please the gods. He's taking it as one of the many signs of the end times. You treat him for this? What treatment does he take? High strength migraine relief. It's the only thing that's worked. What about during the citizen slaughter ritual at the end of an island? Surely that would be overwhelming. That's different. The priests conducting the ritual channel the psychic energy released by the slaughter into energy for the gods. It's dissipated away from the island.
Got it.
Does anyone else suffer from them?
I see.
We had a case on Island 15. A syndicate member killed themselves because they kept hearing them. But no one else on this island. Not in the way Witness does. I think demons can probably feel them. Every demon we've encountered has been attuned to psychic energy. Would this include the demonically possessed?
Theoretically,
Probably, but I can't say for sure.
The investigator is here.
How would it affect them? I'd imagine a spike in adrenaline. Anything else?
I had nothing to do with this.
I've been worried about his mental health.
The island is about to end.
He's become secretive and guarded. It's manifesting in the standard ways, but multiple appointments with him have been interrupted by phone calls. He won't take a call with someone in the room and always steps out onto his balcony. Other people have reported the same thing. Who? Architect Carmelina. She started noticing it several years ago. She's worried that he was slipping into paranoia.
That's weird.
Why are you suddenly telling me this? It's been playing on my mind. I've been thinking about last night and the lunatics we have on the island. Then the heavens sent an angel to come and question me. I'm not gonna acknowledge that you're hitting on me, dude. I'm on duty. There was just a tragedy. Stop it. Stop it. Thank you, Doctor. You've been invaluable. Remember to hurry on back if you need an examination or anything. You fucking weirdo. Goodbye. May the cosmos be a mystery, and may you reach the moon. Weirdo. Anyway, that's really interesting. So Henry would need a spike of adrenaline to overpower Akiko, which could have been given from murdering somebody, I guess, or somebody dying in the vicinity. Which begs the question of whether or not that happened. Right now, I'm thinking... Right now, I'm thinking that Henry might be being used as a tool here. He's not the murderer, he's a tool to the murder. That's what I'm thinking right now. Somebody's using him almost like a tool, like you would use a gun or a knife. And they set it up so that way he could commit this murder. And he would get blamed for it. And then the person who drove him to it or directed him towards it or whatever has happened would be able to walk away free. Because they could go on technicalities. Technically, I didn't kill anybody. It was Henry. I am very intrigued. But I am also going to be leaving this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. And hopefully I will see you the next time we are on this wacky and wild island. Bye-bye. I know I literally just ended the episode, but Bear the Sheba Starlight skin obtained! The most wonderful dog. Why wouldn't you use this skin? Do you hate my dog? I'll kill you. No joke. Valid. Valid.